Please, let's be guided by the time.
My name is not Obiora. My name is Obiora. The organizers of this August committee. The nation owes you a debt of gratitude. Once again, my name is Obiora, and I submitted a bill to the National Assembly for the amendment of the Constitution to provide for the establishment of an independent as in small case, independent National Electoral Commission. And that bill is pending. So I'd like to give you just a little background on that. You know, I observed that, I don't know whether you know this is true, that there is an enduring consensus amongst Nigerians that the prevalence in the nation of hunger and want, poor education and illiteracy, of disease and healthcare crisis for families, of squalor and slum dwelling, could even add constructive homelessness, of unemployment, of insecurity, is because of the prevalence of poor leadership amongst the 3 tiers and arms of government. Nigerians also agree that the poor leadership we really need, because I was a member of the 6th Senate. What we want to bring here is that all of us will be good leaders about the problem. All of us. We want so that this poor leadership is a direct result of stolen elections and rigged elections. Dr. Obiora says that we must address rigging. It is because of rigging that we have poor leadership in the country, because the people are not able to hold their conscience and hold the elected leaders accountable. And the reason why we have rigged elections periodically, constantly, is mainly because of the conflict, the dedicated conflict of interest inherent in the appointment of electoral officers, electoral bodies by the president and the governors, appointing these people who conduct elections in the state elections in which the president who is appointed to contest, either the president or the governor or the political parties. Let me just share a little anecdote. When I was elected in the Senate in 2007, I said that I was sure that I was going to win because the party quite prevalent in the society then was everywhere. So there was really no issue for whether we were going to win. You don't really want to win the primaries, you're going to likely win the election. But when I came back, the numbers that came out from that election was outstanding. Because in order to make sort of vote for the person running in the running for president on the same tickets, they had to add votes just in case you had some deficit in other areas. But I saw the result, but I still went to the Senate. I was one in. As I said, yes, I want to please remove these excess votes. I did it. So I'm telling you, all of us have this problem. Nobody can come out here. Sheikh Usama has left. I will have replied to him. All of us. But what can we do? So my bill seeks to strip and transfer the power of appointment from the president and the governor to mutual entities. Specifically speaking, my bill seeks to create a new INEC that is composed by 13 commissioners, 6 of whom will be appointed by 6 Nigerian labor and professional organizations, and 6 will be nominated by the United Nations, and then 1 nominated by Transparency International. Now, Dr. Uduaghan, you are right. We cannot continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. We can't. And I took the liberty of saying that the 6 Nigerian labor and professional officials that will be elect, 6 Nigerian commissioners will be academic staff union of Nigerian Polytechnic, academic staff union of Nigerian universities, the Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria Bar Association, Nigeria Medical Association, and Nigeria Union of Journalists. Of course, these nominations will still go to the Senate, the National Assembly, for confirmation. But any rejection of any of the commissioners will require a 2/3 majority vote concurrently passed by the Senate and the National Assembly, by the Senate and House of Representatives, voting in person by secret ballot. So that there is no way from 1960 to date we've been battling with breathing and breathing and breathing and breathing. We will need to do something different. Well, I thank you today because of the fact of how bold the proposal is. A lot of people feel a little uneasy. So the frequently asked question is it not an infringement of our sovereignty for the United Nations to participate or be involved in our elections? So, and the answer, I directed a lecture to Muslim National Experience Association 3 months ago, and I laid it out for them clearly that the answer is no, it will not affect our sovereignty. Because it is Nigeria as a sovereign nation that won't make that request. It's a as a matter of fact, United Nations sometimes will do several of the attacker is prohibited from entering in the internal affairs of member nations. So they wouldn't do that. But those member nations who give consent for the United Nations to help them, to assist them, will receive that assistance. Assistance like humanitarian aid, electoral process, and peacekeeping. Those who give that consent will receive that. It is nobody to say that the United Nations has given electoral assistance to over 100 member nations from 1992 to date. As a matter of fact, the Cambodian election of 1962 and 1992 to 1993 was organized exclusively by the United Nations. And it is also very important to know that from the comment sections that I have looked at, Nigerians agree that the involvement of the United Nations will bring transparency, neutrality, and confidence. Because of the fact that these nominees will be least likely to succumb to corruption, to bribery, or intimidation, and to bring confidence. We're talking about vote buying. But it's just incompetence. Because if we had separate votes where people go in and vote, it means that the vote buyer will not be able to confirm where his customer, the vote seller, will vote in secret. So that's something, but simple tasks will have problem. And I should take the opportunity, to address the so-called sovereignty. Nigeria today, as we see, is only merely technically a sovereign state. Technically, that's what it is. Because the Treaty of Westphalia brought out the concept of sovereignty, made such that the very first thing, the evolution of sovereignty, was the provision of socio-economic benefits to the people, protection from violence and all. Today in Nigeria, most parts of the northern Nigeria have been lost to bandits. Most parts, sometimes 30%, sometimes 40%. So we are not able to protect our brothers and sisters up north. So where is the sovereignty? All of us Nigerian leaders, depend on foreign nations for our medical needs. So ask yourself, where you see our president, the president of Nigeria, lying unconscious on a surgical bed in foreign land, surrounded by foreign doctors, is that sovereignty? Is that sovereignty? Okay, so we can't feed our people. The people in Nigeria today facing food insecurity are almost 70%. If you cannot feed your person, your people, and you're dependent on importing food, which will not be enough, is that sovereignty? That is not sovereignty. And we just should mind that in the next 10 years we will be about 200 million people, and what will happen? Since independence, we have spent over 2 trillion in infrastructure development. But unfortunately, 99% of all that big money we spent went abroad because of lack of technical competence in Nigeria. So, is that sovereignty? Okay, natural resources were mined, harvested, and shipped out of natural resources. And we get only 10%. That we get only 10%. But the people who ship things to, what do? They process it, refine it, and sell it and get 70%. So, meaning that we have enslaved ourselves to the foreign nations. Is that sovereignty? So, I am just saying that let's not go and hide under this issue of sovereignty. Let us stop the dispersal. Let us come together under this deal. Let us all come together under this bill to get the National Assembly to pass the bill. And somebody said that it was too late now. It's not too late because our constitutional imperative trumps everything. If we change the constitution tomorrow as to make my bill be the epicenter of our electoral process, then that is the wrong norm. So there's no business. So, Dr. Uduaghan, I will, as our elder statesman here, I will implore you to implore all the members gathered here today to join hands in the pursuit of the passage of this bill, because only God will have honest elections and will deal with the problems of Nigeria. Thank you so much.